Why is resort food and beverage so darned expensive? It almost seems astronomical. Let's talk about it right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. We're going to jump right into this video today talking about why I think that timeshare resort and even other resorts, hotel resorts, why their resort food and beverage just happens to be so expensive. What might be causing it and what we might be able to do about it. The first reason here I think just happens to be overhead. These resorts are pretty small. They do have small kitchens, small restaurants, but of course, even with a small restaurant, you need to still have your full kitchen and full dining room staff to be able to staff that type of operation. You need to be able to order in food. So they do have quite a bit of overhead at these resorts to run the food and beverage operation. So that overhead, the kitchen, the appliances, everything that they need to cook the food for you really isn't much different from a small operation like this, like it would be for a large restaurant that you might be used to going to outside of a timeshare resort. All right, the next one, this one is probably the most obvious, is they think they have a captive audience. They think, hey, everybody staying at this timeshare resort, they don't have any other options to eat, so we're going to gouge them on the food and beverage at the resort just because we can. I mean, you're at the pool, it's kind of a convenience factor. You don't want to go off-site, get some food and beverage, have to sit down, eat, dine, come back, and go to the pool. You're at the pool, you want to just order your food up at the restaurant, up at the bar, or maybe even they have staff coming around. So definitely the convenience factor, the captive audience. Where else are you going to go? The next one might just happen to be lower volume. I mean, these restaurants, they don't serve up hundreds of meals a day like many large restaurants do. They don't have tables constantly churning, coming and going all day and all evening long. Many people that go to timeshare, they don't want to pay all those astronomical prices for food. So only a small percentage of people may be dining at these establishments. They don't have the high turnover to be able to support the lower prices that you get with volume and with volume buying. So they may be ordering a lot of food and they may have some waste, some spoilage as well that they need to cover in the cost of the food that you're buying. All right, now the next one might be the most obvious, is because you keep buying it and you keep paying the high prices and the prices that seem to be going higher and higher and higher all the time. I mean, if you're going to pay it, they're going to charge it. So if you want to try and avoid this, simply don't purchase the product, don't buy the food, don't pay those astronomical prices, and hey, they might need to make some adjustments. But somehow I just don't see that happening. Okay, and the last one here, I think might have a little bit to do with this, and I actually did a previous video on what is that error charge appearing on my bill. You can take a look at it right up here. What I think some of this might be, some of the reason for the cost is people who order food and beverage and then claim, hey, I didn't buy that at the pool. It's not mine. I need that taken off the bill. Maybe it wasn't even theirs. Quite possibly they didn't order the food and beverage. So the resort, they're going to take it off the bill of that guest. But are they going to take the time to go back and charge it to the correct guest who is maybe already checked out, gone? They did, of course, potentially leave a credit card, hopefully, but a lot of extra effort there to get those reconciled to make sure they're charging the correct people. So I do think they have some situations, though, where people may be ordering food and beverage, or maybe they're not, and they're getting mixed up, and ultimately they just take a loss on that complete order because maybe they can't figure out who it really belongs to. Those losses need to be made up for higher prices to everybody else. Okay, so there you have it. Just some of the reasons I think resort food and beverage is so expensive at timeshare resorts. I mean, you can pretty much go off property when you're staying at a timeshare and save significant amounts of money when eating out. I'm just kind of curious, do you have any others that you know about of why you think resort food and beverage is so expensive? I'd love to hear all about them down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Really does help out these videos, and also helps to tell YouTube that you like these types of videos as well, and they'll push you more just like it. And if you want to see more videos all about timeshare, check out the description box below. And for another timeshare commentary video, check out this one right up here in YouTube. They think you'll like that one down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And remember, the best destination is always a timeshare.